one that you can change and to get to know the one that you can't change. But all the same, it is Friday and it is the end of the week edition on your favorite show, Gbamu. And yes, guess what? We'll be shaking some tables today. And on our Did You Know page, there's something quite, that a lot of people don't talk about. So we're going to talk about it today on our Did You Know page. Before we get to our topic of discussion, before we get to press review, and before we get to sports. So there's a lot in store for you. And guess what? Since it's weekend, you need to remove all the waste that you have gathered throughout the week. So especially for those who will be going to occasions, back in the days when we're going for, let me say, a celebration or an occasion, what do? Our mothers will tell us that we need to wash our stomach. I know, right? We need to wash our stomachs. I mean, this I'm talking about. If you didn't do this, they call it I've forgotten the name, but if you didn't do it, please, when you see me on the road, just call me auntie. The one that you have to hold the rubber, put there, and then I don't even want to call the name. So it's weekend, and definitely you're going to be putting in certain things. When you go to that wedding reception, you meet dole, you carry small dole and carry small eru, you carry small eru and carry small achu. Then when you go home, that's when you realize what you did. But away from that, hey, it is the breakfast show, and guess what? We don't mix things like that. We do them just the right taste to get you going. And yes, that is why we'll take on this musical break, and when we come back, we do things the right way. Don't go anywhere.
It's original Afro because
ding 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 Shabba. Ma baby reste dans la même. Comme les autres ne me montrent pas plusieurs couleurs. Ma baby, oh, tu know que mon cœur est sur toi. Eh, oh, bina, ouais, les chéris, miam, miam, de l'eau. Dis-moi que tu ne me feras pas de fausses promesses. Dis-moi, dis-moi que tu m'aimes, tu ne me laisses pas tomber. Dis-moi, I'm in love with you and that is final. Now so you are good, falla. This one no go expire. Now only you did touch my fire.
Que comme ça, mais tout simplement je suis calé que dans ça. Oh, si seulement l'eau, tu savais comment l'eau. Mon cœur danse la musique de chez nous pour toi l'eau. Oh lolo, me and my feet in your love. When nothing in this world gonna make me feel better loving. Hey, que jamais je vais te laisser tomber. Hey, hey. My lover, oh lover, oh lover, oh hey.
I'm in love with you and that is final.
That's also you are good color.
This one no go expire. Now only you did touch my fire. My love, 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 my love. Ding 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 ding. Shabba.
Dis-moi que tu ne me feras pas des fausses promesses. Dis-moi,
Dis-moi que tu m'aimes, tu ne me laisses pas tomber. Dis-moi. Spiritual something.
Pas des fausses promesses, dis-moi.
Dis-moi que tu m'aimes, tu ne me laisses pas tomber. Dis-moi.
Welcome back. And if you just tuned in, you are on to the breakfast show at High Television Malinko Buea. And yes, it is the breakfast because we get to take breakfast every morning. And that is to tell you that if you have not yet taken breakfast and you're watching me right now, don't bother. It's already breakfast. Like, you're on track. You're doing well. Absolutely awesome. And yes, talking about what we are going to be doing this morning as far as our did you know page is concerned. And yes, did you know page is always fun, but today we'll be talking about something that a lot of people don't talk about. And I will always say that it's, let me say, it's one of those things that people call it shit, like, but it's actually shit. Like they say, shit happens. Shit happens. I was on the internet yesterday, and I discovered some certain quotes that could be written and printed and put in your bathroom. There was this one that it read, what was it again? It reads, it was like, shit happens, there shit happens, and then there is it's okay, you're losing weight. Like, imagine you walking into the bathroom and probably you've taken this medication that warrants you to visit the bathroom several times, and then you get into the bathroom and then you meet, there's a note there, it's okay, you're losing weight, like, take it easy. It already gives you that feeling like, okay, somebody's communicating with me, like, let's do this thing. I mean, I'm losing weight, right? So that's why you need to feel the way you're feeling, because you need to remove the waste products from your system. And talking about why are we going to be finding out certain things about the bathroom today, because well, today, which happens to be November 24th, is usually observed as I'll call it World Toilet Day. Yes, talking about World Toilet Day, it's one of those places in a house that should I say, it's almost private, if especially if you're not, if you don't really take care of it that much. Imagine somebody walking into your house and the person wants to go to the bathroom, and then you tell the person, please hold on, let me go check. Like, you're not supposed to go check all the time. Like, that place is normally supposed to be clean, right? And I'm talking about bathroom this morning. So first of all, it's very important for us to clean our bathrooms. It's very important for us to clean our bathrooms. And first of all, it's important for us to clean, not just clean it, but clean it regularly, because cleaning your toilet regularly prevents stains and unsanitary buildup. Now, what happens is it's one of the most dirty places in the house if you don't keep it clean. Why? Because it's able to store a lot of waste. You go to the bathroom, by the time you're taking your bath, maybe there was sand on you. I don't know if sand entered your hair, or I don't know, when you're using the toilet pot, probably you didn't flush it well, or maybe you flush and then there's a sticky something by the corner, and all of that. What happens, all of these bottles, like gathers, and then when it's accumulated, what happens is that it begins to produce unsanitary situations. When I talk of unsanitary situations, you get into the bathroom and you can't even feel comfortable yourself, and all of these things, they later evaporate, and what happens, you hear of diseases and all of that. It's because of probably the way you kept it. And it sometimes I prefer you clean your bathroom at least 2 or 3 times a week. If possible, clean it when you can clean it. Like, it should not be like a routine, but if a routine can help you, then do so. And if possible, keep a pack of disinfectant sanitary wipes on the top of the toilet to wipe the toilet seat before use. And now, talking about this issue of wiping the toilet seat, you find so many persons, like, especially guys, like, guys, what's wrong with you people? Some guys, for a lady and for a man, the toilet is like, the way a guy sees the bathroom and the way a lady sees a bathroom, or the way a lady uses a bathroom, is not the same thing. Ladies, we have been designed, or I should I say crafted, in a way that almost everything that has to do with us is open. Like literally everywhere is open, so it's very very easy for us to grab diseases. I mean, down there it's very easy for you to inhale. A man can go to a bathroom. Besides, these people, they don't stoop like us, they don't squat, so he can go there, pee, and then the pee touches the seat of the toilet pot. What are you supposed to do before you leave that place? You flush, and then you use a tissue and wipe it. Use a tissue to wipe the seat of the toilet pot. That makes it more, it makes it better, so the next person that walks into the bathroom feels comfortable. And there's one rule: always leave the bathroom as you met, like you met it. When I talk of like you met it before, like the clean way, I'm not talking of the dirty way, because I know people always like saying negatively. Always leave the bathroom like you met it. If you met it clean, please, if you flushed and probably the water is not white, flush again. They don't need to be seen color. Yeah. And I'm saying that today we're going to be talking about something that is very very uncomfortable, but this is one of the places where a lot of people contact diseases. This is one of the places where if it's not kept clean, then we'll have issues in the future. And this is not just an extra step to making sure that you keep yourself and your family clean and safe from germs. Yes, you wiping the seats, you flushing properly. You're not just keeping yourself, you understand, you're not just keeping yourself and your family safe, you're also staying away from germs. I'm talking about staying away from germs. I mean, you don't see germs, right? You don't see germs, so you not keeping it clean puts you on a very very dangerous and dangerous situation, because it's not like germs. When we talk of death, you could see the death, right? But you cannot see what that debt would amount to. You can't see what it's going to amount to, probably in the next 3 days, or in the next 4 days, or in the next 1 week or 2 weeks. And that's even alarming. For you to clean your bathroom 2 times a week, twice in 2 weeks, it's alarming, because these things, they bottle up. If you notice, like when you, after taking your bath, you look at the side of your bathroom, trust me, some people feel like, since it's the color of their ties, mama, just take brush one day, brother, sister, take brush one day and go to that wall of your bathroom and try to brush it. For those who are not aware, because it's one of those places that, since you feel like, okay, probably you bathe there, or maybe you're not really you don't really, it's not one of those places that you go and do some kind of, so you feel like, no, take brush one day, you know that your ties, that's not the color of the ties of your wall, probably, especially if you use eau de javel and detergent, any detergent, good ones at that. You have toilet cleaners, you have the liquid toilet cleaners that could help you facilitate the process. And we are still talking about the toilets this morning. And talking about the toilets again, I think we have something else to talk about the toilets. And this time around, I'll be giving you how to maintain cleanliness in the bathroom. Now, first of all, wipe down surfaces regularly. Bathroom surfaces harbor germs like nowhere else. We're talking about that. Is the most dirtiest place in the whole of your house, literally. If you remove your kitchen, let's say the kitchen and the bathroom, those two, they can keep germs for Africa. And then clean toilet once, at least once a week. Now, when we talk of at least once a week, it doesn't mean that it should be once a week. Now, at least means you can do 2 to 3 times. Yeah. And like I said, clean when you can clean. If you get into the bathroom and probably you're seeing a stain somewhere, that's just clean. Like literally, I don't have a routine. I don't even, the moment you see one dot somewhere, just clean. Like, take it upon yourself that, okay, let me clean. Don't wait that, okay, since I said I was supposed to clean, I'm normally supposed to clean on Thursday and probably Monday. What if you're busy on Thursday and you skip to clean? What happens? You have to wait till the next Thursday. So what happens? Dirt accumulates. And then we move over to the next. Give your bathroom a scrub regularly. Clean your bathroom sinks, most importantly. You go to some places, the sink, especially, I don't know, like you put everything in the sink, and then the sink is brown, the sink is, I don't know, the sink is equally part of your bathroom. And if not for the way things are, how can I put it, like the houses that we have around, the kind of way they build the houses, you don't have all the shelves and all of that, but you can put that in your bathroom. You could always buy those things and install in your bathroom so that you have a very comfortable space for you to bathe. And then we also have, don't forget to clean your shower curtains. Yeah, don't forget to clean them. If you have a blind there, clean it. It's not mixing house now, like it's not it's not the babalawo shrine, it's not the shrine. Clean it. And then also, clean your shower head with a special trick. Clean the shower head, like you've been using that shower head for, if they put that shower head there, let's say in 2005 up till now, I don't, like, can you just try to picture the dust that comes from the window of your bathroom to the to inside the bathroom. You clean every other place, but this particular one, the issue of the shower, the shower head, I think very few persons actually know that they have to clean their shower head, because they probably feel like, okay, I mean, what was there, like water literally comes from that place, so it's not dirty. But water also flows in your sink, right? So you clean your sink. So what about the shower head? The shower head is very, very important for us to clean it, and for us to make sure that we clean it once in a while. Because yes, dust, when you open the window of your bathroom, that's the window of your bathroom, what happens? You realize that there's a lot of dust that comes in. You realize that probably when you're cleaning maybe the walls of your bathroom, you realize that there's a lot of dust. So clean it in one way or the other. And then now let's talk about some of the things that you shouldn't flush in your bathroom. Yes, I know we feel like probably just the fact that it went down there doesn't mean it's proper. Yeah, just the fact that your the let's say what you used to flush the bathroom went down there doesn't mean it's proper. For example, earbuds, you used maybe that after using it inside the bathroom, you used let's say wipe. After that, inside the bathroom, you use, what else can I talk? There's so many things. There's so many things that we feel comfortable, like, okay, like I said, just because it went down into the bathroom doesn't mean that it's proper for you to do so. You might have problems in future, especially when you do it often. Let's say today you flushed the airport, then the next day you flush cotton buds, rather, you flush the cotton bud, and then the next day you flush the cotton bud, and so on and so on. What happens? You feel like probably since it's going down there, there's no issue, but trust me, you're going to have issues in future. So you want to take care of the things that you flush in your toilet, because it's very, very important. Now, you can normally, toilet paper, it's the usual, we flush it, like that one is the usual. Why? Because it's been designed to go down there. But sometimes I look at this, there are this new, I don't know, the people that are manufacturing that one, the one they sell, I think 3 for 500 fans are scattered all over the place. You find people moving with it and selling. Sometimes I look at, when I look at it on the way, I'm just like, can this thing not actually block somebody's toilet? Like, can it not block somebody's bath? Like, can it not block it? Because those things are hard. Oh, my first time, I didn't really have an idea. The first time, I think it's not been long they came into existence. So the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, this one is cheap, let me just buy. And I bought it. I don't even want to give you people the story of my life about that. Like, literally, I asked myself, like, what is this? It's like the front is clean, and then the back of it is what they used to, you just need to remove it and start writing on it like a book, as in it's hard, like a paper, like a book that you could literally write on. It's really, really hard. So talking about some of those things that we shouldn't flush in our toilet, like I said, there are so many of them, and we can't exhaust them. But we have I think the very first one here: do not spill water on the floor. Now that's some of the things that we shouldn't do in in our toilet. And do not flush sanitary pads. Don't. It's not proper. And then, talking about sanitary pads, there are ways to handle the sanitary pads. Now, somebody will be like, okay, that that we are living in a very, how can I call it, should I say, wicked world? Yes, we're living in a very wicked world. So sanitary pads is one of those things that it's very, very sensitive. I mean, ladies, be very, very careful the way you dispose your sanitary pads. I think that should be a topic on another day. But don't that's one of the things that you should not even flush in your, like, don't put it down there. No matter what you do, don't think, some people say no, they have designed new ones that are really, they are soft, they are easy to go, so I can flush it. And this one, they told me that it can go down the bathroom. So they told you, were you there when they were designing it? Were you there? That's the question. Were you there when they were designing it? So don't even do it. That's something that you should not even flush in your bathroom. Don't even flush it. It's not proper. It's not proper at all. So don't even go there. And then, I think I already spoke about cotton boards as one of the things that we shouldn't flush in our bathrooms. And then we are going to talk about, some of the easy ways to maintain. We have already spoken about that, maintain a healthy bathroom. And then also, squeeze off the light, switch off the lights, rather, switch off the lights when you are done. Yes, you enter the bathroom, you met the lights off. When you're leaving, switch it off. And then also, do not squat on the toilet seat. Why would you sit? If it's, except it's yours, rather, except it's your bathroom. But if it's not your bathroom, I would advise that shouldn't be done at all. And then also, discard waste in the dustbin, not in your toilet pot. You remove palm, you remove this one, everything. So wash your hands after using the bathroom. That one we already know. And so many other things. So I think we are going to end there for today concerning our bathroom. Now, this is a little tip. Before we end, I have a little tip for girls that use bathroom, especially public bathrooms. Now, I'm bringing this up because I witnessed a situation sometime when I went out, and then there was this lady that was practically sitting in the public toilet. Like, sitting, your sitting is not yours. Like, that's very, very unhygienic. You could pick up anything from there. When we talk of public toilets, what happens? What do we mean? Everybody uses it, right? And sometimes, in worst case scenarios, they don't even separate the ladies from the guys. Everybody goes there, and we know what can happen. So then you sit on it. Now, we're going to talk about little tips. First of all, avoid direct contact with any part of the toilet. If you're using a toilet pot, for ladies most especially, avoid. Let's say you are pressed and you meet that situation where there's nothing that you can do, and all you have to do is use the one that's available. Avoid direct contact with any part of the toilet pot. Avoid it. Now, when we talk of avoiding that, arm yourself with toilet paper to open the store door. Lift the lid and hold something while you squat, and turn on the tap. Now, this is it. You turn on the tap. Let's say it's water, there's water. You turn on the tap is going down, the water is flowing, and then you use a toilet paper, use a tissue to cover your vagina. Use a tissue to cover your vagina, like cover from your butt up to the front part, like cover all of. When I talk of cover, I don't mean that somebody would be like, okay, when you cover, so how do you pee or how do you stool? When I talk of cover in such a way that you can still do what you have to do, but then again, you are in a way protecting yourself, so that you avoid the air from evaporating into your system. Because what happens with the what happens with the toilet pot when probably somebody must have used it. You go sometimes you start getting certain scents. Maybe the toilet is, some people will say the toilet bitch, I don't know. But avoid direct contact with your system. Try as much as possible to use tissues. Let the tap roll in, and then you go on and do what you have to do. So at least that one is going to save you from contacting a disease, or maybe it's going to save you at that point in time, since you needed to use it. Now don't wash your vagina. Don't wash it. Don't wash, because in the process of washing at that point in time, probably the water that is inside the toilet pot could, as you're washing, the water goes in, then skips and comes to your vagina, goes in and skips. So avoid washing it there. You could wash it maybe aside if you have to. We always have, maybe there's a worst case scenario. Probably you were suffering from a runny stomach, and then you had to find yourself in that kind of situation. So avoid washing your vagina inside the toilet pot. What happens by the time you're doing the washing, water goes in, pap, tap, pap, tap, and then what happens? You might contact something. And then don't forget to wash your hands, most importantly. You leave the bathroom, probably you've touched all sorts of things, and the moment you leave, as you're going outside, somebody just greets you, hug the person, touch the person's shoulder. Never put your back on the floor. Never. Or no, like if there's a window, put it there. Don't put your back on the floor. That same floor that people come, especially like I said, if the bathroom is not separated for the guys and the girls, it comes pee, this person comes and smash. Never you put your back on the floor. So you could see an image there where you see a lady squatting, to at least to avoid direct contact with the bathroom. And that is where we come to the end of our Did You Know today. Talking about talking about observing toilets day. It's very, very important that we maintain hygiene in this part of the house. Very, very important, because you could pick anything. There are so many germs, and what happens is, over time, if you don't clean it, these germs evaporate and they turn to different things, diseases, and before you know it, you go to the hospital and you're spending all sorts of money, whereas you could use just 5 minutes, 10 minutes to clean your bathroom. And this is where we come to the end of our Did You Know today. I hope you learned something, and I hope you must have gathered something in the concerning the bathroom. Talking about a topic of discussion. Yes, you know what, it is relationship and love Friday. And with the way things are going, people, today they are all lovey-doveys. Things are going on so well. Before you know it, they have separated. Like, always ask the question, what happened? What went wrong? Like, who did not do what? But these guys, like, they were so good together. Like, they were all happy. They were this. Sometimes it's the way we handle issues, the way we handle issues. And that brings us to our topic of discussion today, which I am asking the question: in your opinion, what do you think is the best way, or yes, in your opinion, what do you think is the best way for couples? In your opinion, what's the best way couples can deal with conflicts and arguments in a relationship? In your opinion, what's the best way couples can deal with arguments and conflicts in a relationship? Yes, when I talk of couples in a relationship, like marriage most importantly, but anyways, those who are in a relationship, we know, you get to the relationship, you get to the part where according to what we know, you get to know each other. Even though in this, I don't know if it's only getting to know each other that they end there before you get to the other one. So in your opinion, what's the best way couples can deal with conflicts in a relationship? What do you think? Is it about communication? Is it about letting go easily? Is it about not bringing the past? Tell us your opinion. The number is right there on your screen, and equally, we're streaming live on our YouTube channel. Please do well to hit the subscribe button, and do well to hit the notification bell, so when we get on air, I don't need to tell you, like, literally you get to find it yourself. And please tell us where you're watching from. Drop a comment on the comment section on our YouTube channel, and you can equally drop a comment inside my inbox, WhatsApp, or just send me a text message. And yes, this time around, I am waiting for your contribution. But then again, we have to talk something different. So we are going to take on, you know, physical exercise, talking about the bathroom and talking about cleaning the bathroom, talking about weekend, releasing waste products and all of that. It's always important that we do some exercise. So let's go take on this exercise, and when we come back, we talk our topic of discussion.
Coach Tako Williams. I hail from Southwest Region, Mani Division to be precise, in Changtown to be more precise. I've been to fitness coaching for over 2 decades today, but particularly here in Buea, as a division, I've been here for close to 20 years now. Actually, I started here 2004. So 2024 is going to make me 20 years actively and on daily basis. So far, I can't count. I've impacted a handful of lives. I can't count the number of persons, the number of adherents who have passed through me. And I should say about 50% of the fitness coaches here in Southwest today have passed through me. I'm happy to do what I'm doing. I'm happy to do, I love doing what I'm doing best. I'm happy I'm impacting life. I've met persons who from the one where they came with health challenges, and with the aid of physical fitness, counseling on healthy lifestyle, to be more precise, regular workouts and dietary control. A handful of them have gotten through the health dilemma, health challenges they were going through without the use of drugs. Like I always advise them by the public, fitness is more than just being well. Fitness is more than not being sick. There's the ability to do a normal daily routine activities with vigor and alertness. Moreover, with surplus energy left for unforeseen emergencies, recreation, and why not leisure.
In fact, I came here with a blood sugar challenge. When I came here, I had a blood sugar challenge. My blood sugar was high. That's why I started doing sport. When I reached there, I met my coach. I told him that I had a blood sugar challenge. When we were doing exercise, he saw the way I was very, very weak. So after 2 weeks, he asked me to go to the hospital and check. When I went there, it was finally diabetes. So I was highly diabetes. So I came back and I was speaking with him. He gave me some many advices, and he just asked me one thing: to be consistent in everything I'm doing. So I was very serious with my diet, with my sport on daily basis. So after something like 5 months maximum, I succeeded to reverse it. And till now, I'm okay.
It's your best friend knowledge. Sports for all. Different people come for sports with different motives, with different reasons. There are some doing sport just for fitness, to be alert. It varies. Recommendation as per dieting and dosage for workout. It varies. With one, your body mass index. We do not have the same body mass index. We do not have the same health background. We are not the same ages. We are not the same gender. All these aspects are taken to cognizance. But for a start, we begin by getting grounded to know your health parameters. More precisely, your BP, your blood sugar, electrolytes, and the cholesterol type. This will place us on the guard to know what you are capable of doing, what are your limitations, and the extent to which I can give a push behind you. You get it? I will blend or advise on dieting. But dieting, as I would say, dieting goes one-on-one. It's per individual. There's no diet program that goes as a team. Mindful of the fact that dieting reference value, DRV, for a toddler, you don't say DRV for an aging person. Dieting reference value for a convalescent, you don't say dieting reference value for a lactating mother. Dieting reference value for a white-collar jobber, you don't say dieting reference value for an active sporter, an athlete, or a manual worker. It varies with individual, right? Yeah, the dietary advice goes now on as per purpose. Somebody with an athletic body type, or somebody whose BMI is normal healthy. It's not to be honest, saying dietary reference value. Somebody whose BMI is overweight. Somebody whose BMI is slightly overweight. You know, it's the same on the same dietary reference value or dietary reference counseling. With somebody who's dietary reference value, whose BMI is obese. So it varies now with individuals.
Madam Mamwa Nto, I started training with Coach 1 year, 7 months ago. It's been an awesome experience because along the way, I had a stroke. I've been hypertensive for more than 8 years, and since I started this exercise, I really feel my body light, and my BP has not really been a problem. I had a mild stroke around June, but you can see me now, I'm very active. My left side was not active, but when I went to the hospital, the question they asked me was if I was doing some exercise. So exercising your body, not more than what you can do, but exercise is very important to health.
That sport is a very important therapy that you cannot find from any pharmacy, as some doctors and nutritionists say. In fact, I've been doing sport since right at school. When I was in the post doing my engineering course, we were doing sport. It was one of the courses of continuous assessment, that over 20. So we did that, and I even had very good marks, about 18, to make up the whole course. And when I came back to Buea, where I worked with CRTV, I relaxed a bit. I was not doing sport. When I came back, I was looking very fresh And I was even surprised about myself. I was looking even younger when I came back from school. That it has been very, very, very interesting. And health-wise, I am feeling very better. I'm looking stronger and smarter than before. And the sicknesses I used to have before now have gradually dying away. I'm not more even having. I used to take tablets, used to take all those, and sometimes my knees were having problems. Now I don't have all those type of problems. I'm having it better, and sport is becoming part of my hobbies. And when I stay without coming in here from 6:30 every week, from Mondays to Friday, I even feel bad. So I can say that sport is something that we should emulate and we should continue to do.
It's very true. You are asking a very good question. The problem is that when you stop sport, to resume is very, very difficult. Now, that's why I was saying that you should be doing sport with a professional. Because when you are doing sport with a professional, if you are not in sport, the professional will try to look to attend to you, to know what is happening. Maybe many people stop their sport program maybe because they own change. So they just need some advices, somebody who will tell them that yes, even if your things, your program has changed, you should be look for a time to keep doing sport, because our body is a must. We are obliged to be exercising, and exercising till you are sweating. So I think that the only thing I can do is that we should go the professional. If that person was working with a professional, the professional will surely try to attend to it, to know what happened, and to advise him to find time so that he will be able to balance his own activity and his sport activity. I think that's all.
Thank you, sir. As per that, there are a lot of people who still believe sports is an extra or non-essential. They wait only for a medical recommendation before they go out for sports. They should make sports part of a healthy lifestyle, right? Without, you are capable of taking care of health, at least 85% of the health challenges without the use of drugs. Most of those drugs have their side effects, their long side effects on the liver and the kidneys. You need a bit of sacrifice. I shall count way back 2004 when I started. I'll barely count the number of Anglophones who turn out. Majority of the population should be the Francophones who come on Sundays. They say I'm going to Saturday. But with consistency, I've been consistent in it. And because of me, one or two persons have big interest to go into and become a coach, so which I'm happy and proud of, right? Make sports part of a healthy lifestyle. There are lots and lots of health challenges that you solve just a healthy lifestyle without the use of drugs. It keeps you strong, it keeps you smart, it keeps you healthy, it keeps you on alert. Are we there? Are we there? Yeah.
welcome back. And yes, we are still beaming live from the studios of High Television Malingo Buea. And if you just tuned in, you are onto the breakfast show, and this face is with Mafani Mojoko. We are continuing this ride together with our topic of discussion. And yes, before taking on our topic of discussion once more, you got there. You know, it's very very important for us to do exercise in the morning because it has a lot of things that it does to our system. And I'm sure you've heard about the sugar level, you've heard about the blood pressure, and so many more. So you might want to add that to your daily routines. And yes, this time around, like I said, we are talking, going straight away to talk about our topic of discussion this morning. And as we all know, again, what is our topic of discussion? In your own opinion, what is the best way for couples to deal with conflicts in a relationship? What's the best way for them to deal with conflicts, be it, when I talk of in a relationship, be it marriage, or be it, the process of, courtship, where you get to know the person that probably before you guys get to, marriage and all the like. So in your opinion, what's the best way for them to deal with conflicts? Is it about communication? What can you advise, and what can you say as concerns couples dealing with conflicts in a relationship? So we have this very first comment here, and the person says, well, on a serious note, all problems in a relationship come from one of these four sources: first, pride; secondly, ego; third, expectations; fourth, entitlement. If partners can drop their pride, lower their ego, expectations, and entitlement, they can better communicate and get along properly. And this is Coleman, all the way from Dubai. Thank you so much, Coleman. And Coleman is telling us this morning that, well, according to him, there are four sources of conflicts in a relationship, and he says, first of all, pride; secondly, ego; third, expectations; and the last one, entitlement. And according to him, if couples can drop the pride, the ego, the expectations, and the entitlement, then definitely they will be able to communicate better and get along properly. And talking about pride, hey, there's this thing with pride and there's this thing with expectations. Talking about expectations, let's say you guys have an issue, and you're waiting for A to talk. A is not talking. Like, let's say you have an issue, you're waiting for your girlfriend to talk, she's not talking; you're waiting for your husband to talk, he's not talking; or you're waiting for your wife to talk, he's not talking. At the end of the day, okay, both of you are like, okay, I was expecting, often at times you hear things like, I was expecting him to come and say that; I was expecting her to initiate the conversation; I was expecting him to be the one to come and say sorry because he's the one that; I was expecting her like the woman. I mean, she's the woman, she's the one that is supposed to uphold the home, she's the one that is supposed to bring the family together. I was expecting her. And then you go back to the man. I was expecting him; he's the man of the house, he's the one that is supposed to put order. At the end of the day, expectations. And what happens? We expect without communicating. Now, I often say this: nobody is a magician. If you have a problem, how would your partner know that there's a problem if you don't communicate? Normally, in not all situations, because we believe that there are situations that you're not even supposed to tell somebody that this is the problem we have. Like, literally, you have to know. I mean, if you did something wrong and your partner isn't d'accord with it, you should be able to try to figure out. That's if you try to figure out and end up not getting the answers, then expectations come in. But are you expecting in a scenario where probably you are the one who has seen this problem, and you're expecting that the other person, whereas maybe this thing did not even happen when both of you were there, probably the issue was on phone, or maybe it was something that the other person did without even knowing, because there are times that you do stops without knowing, and there are times that you do stops like you do it deliberately. So you're expecting your partner to know that you're angry without you communicating. Okay, now you don't communicate, you be on expectations. Marriages have separated like that. relationships have separated. Because why? You feel like, okay, I'm waiting for this person to communicate, and I don't want to be the first one. It goes as far as even with not just conflicts, but even with the way things are being handled, even communication. When you get to that point in a relationship where you start hearing, if he doesn't call me, I will not call him, if she doesn't call me, I will not call her. At the end of the day, what happens? Pride. That's already pride. Like, pride in one way or the other. Somebody will be like, no, it's you hear things of, it's the duty of the man to give attention. The man to come and say it's the duty of the woman to, take care of the man. Blah 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 blah. Rice done, rice not done, yam is on the fire. What are we going to do? At the end of the day, one person has to communicate, and you might be that one person. Okay, somebody will say, okay, what if is one person that usually communicates? What about the other person? So expectations, pride, entitlement, because you feel like, okay, I am this person, I'm supposed to be respected, do you know who I am, and all of that. Sometimes you keep these things aside. Look at your partner. Before you people went to the altar, when you were taking vows at the altar, what did they say? You people are now one. Which means that what? It doesn't mean that you hear stuff like, okay, it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to respect the man. Yes, you're supposed to respect him, but at the end of the day, you people are not in military training now. It's not a military training that you have to do commandant for the man, and then the woman, you have to be standing at attention for the man, like be doing commandant. Yes sir, no sir. At the end of the day, communication comes to play with all of this. And then we talk of ego. Oh, somebody please raise it up for the guys. The ego. Somebody raise it up. Can I get a hand? Like, ego. Some guys though, ego. And then ladies too have, but ladies, it's minimal. I can say to an extent it's a little bit minimal. But you see, guys, an ego, jeez. For I heard this thing, people saying that it's very difficult for a lady to say she's sorry when she does something wrong, for a woman to say she's sorry when she does something wrong. Really, have you people been studying, like, have you been reading relationship books, or like have you been observant, let me put it that way, for a guy to say he's sorry, open his mouth like that and say I'm sorry? Ha, Upu go to court now. They are saying now a woman turns around and round and round before she comes. That one is just, how can I put it? It's just hallucination. Because if you go to the real thing, like the in thing, you see, guys, an ego. For him to tell you that he's sorry for something that he did. Oh, I'm not like, even in marriages, you hear stuff like it's the woman that is always trying to put things in order, like always. And we already know the nature of women. Women are naturally forgiving people. Like, they have been created that way. The level of the percentage of forgiveness in a woman, it overflows. Like, it pours down. Because you hear marriages, the man has done this one today, he comes, honey, I'm sorry, oh, pam pam, they leave it. Tomorrow he has done another one, honey, as you see like that, is because that my head was, I'm sorry, they leave it. He come again, another one again, honey, as you are seeing like that, she forgives and forgives and forgives and forgives. And we often hear at times they say, if a woman keeps quiet, by the time she says I'm sorry, by the time you say I'm sorry and she complains and complains and complains, she talks from now till tomorrow, my brother, the day she stops talking, just be looking around for the just be looking around how you people are going to share the property. By the time she stops talking, she just talks to her and she says, it's okay, my brother. They've started looking for I don't even want to say, let it not be that it's Rita who said it, we already know. By the time she starts, you tell her I'm sorry for something, like, she just looks at you and sits quiet. In some cases, probably the woman has already known that, okay, this is how the man is, like, that's what's probably going to happen. In cases that she has not accepted that, and she's, my brother, I said, the day she stops saying, the day she keeps quiet and doesn't complain and doesn't knock, by the time you come back home and you know that, okay, normally I've done something wrong, she's supposed to talk for like 5 minutes, if she keeps quiet one time, two time, three time, four time, number four time, ask her what she wants, or in fact just look for a means to make her talk, because right there is a position that na. And Coleman continues by saying that if partners can drop their pride, lower their ego, expectations and entitlement, they can better communicate and get along properly. So if they can lower these things, lower your pride. At the end of the day, I always say this: there are people that you should lower your pride for, whether we like it or not. You hear somebody, no, in this life, me like this, you like what, you like who, as in how, you qua, akel, a what, as in what are you, who are you? In this life, there are people that you should lower your pride for. There are people, and when I talk of there are people, your husband is one of them, your wife is one of them. You hear this, like you want to be proud again in front of, like, you guys already did this thing now, you already sealed it now, you already said empty, then do us part this. What do you want to do again? Like practically, what do you want to do again? So lower it, like bring it down. Thank you so much, Coleman, all the way from Dubai. And yes, we will still have another comment, but we're going to take it subsequently. It's time for us to talk something else. So, hey, we have comments coming in and we have to continue talking about them, but we take on this musical break. We are going to take on a musical break, and when we come back, we continue talking our topic of discussion. Hey, I'm waiting for your contribution. Hit that notification bell, send that text message, send that WhatsApp message. We could talk more after this musical break.
Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé.
Yeah. Have your banana, you be baboon. You don't do me, nyaman kundu. Je suis fatigué de la talakou. Mami, tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours. If you want to leave me, dégage. Make you know distress me with your bad character. Si tu veux partir, dégage. Si mami tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours.
Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, je ne veux plus moi. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, tu m'as trompé. Je ne veux plus moi, je ne veux plus moi.
Mais moi là, qu'est-ce que tu crois? Toi-même tu sais que t'as pas le niveau. Tu me veux quoi? Moi là, qu'est-ce que tu crois? Tu cherches à y trouver. Tu overdose. I know say you don't get your dose.
Tu es quelqu'un mon pour terminer ma life. Ma c'est moi j'ai dit lai lai. Tu es quelqu'un mon pour terminer ma life. Ma c'est moi j'ai dit bye bye.
Bye bye, bye bye. If you want to leave me, dégage.
Make you know distress me with your bad character.
Si tu veux partir, dégage.
Si mami tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours.
Je ne veux plus moi,
Tu m'as trompé.
je ne veux plus moi,
Tu m'as trompé. Tu m'as trompé. Oui, tu m'as trompé. Tu m'as trompé.
Moi je dis t'es ma go, toi tu dis d'être ma go.
Toi tu dis d'être ma go, oublie pas t'as été ma go.
Toi tu dis t'es mon Joe, depuis quand je suis ta go. Toi tu dis t'es mon Joe, depuis quand je suis devenu ta go. Quoi? Quand? Depuis quand? Hein? Quoi? Hein? Depuis quand? T'as dit frère tu m'aimes?
Ah bon, hein? Have your banana, you be baboon. You don't do me, nyaman kundu. fatigué de la talakou. Mami, tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours. If you want to leave me, dégage. Make you know this, trust me. With your bad caractère. Si tu veux partir, dégage. Si mami, tu fais ça toujours, 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 toujours.
Shabba.
Je ne veux plus, moi, tu m'as trompé.
It's Feel Bill.
Welcome back, and yes, we are still beaming live from the studios of High Television Malingo Buea. And yes, talking about our topic of discussion, we have another contribution here, and this person says, good morning in the studio. Communication, this is the best way to avoid conflicts in relationship. There is love and trust, but proper communication is the best foundation to a good relationship. And this is Brandon Naminel, all the way from Moliko. Thank you so much, Brandon. And Brandon is telling us this morning that communication is the best way to avoid conflicts in relationship. And according to him, there is love and trust, but proper communication is the best foundation to a good relationship. It still boils down. Think, brainstorm, and remove the problem out of you. After I remove what the problem is, I find out how the problem came about, and then I start talking to you on how we can fix the problem. Like, just picture that work. It's better just give me pot to wash now. Like, give me 5 pots to wash. You communicate. Maybe probably felt bad. You know, express yourself fully, and at the end of the day, you resolve. And it also depends on how you resolve the issues. And Coleman comes back to say something. Coleman continues by saying that, still on the issue of pride and ego, men have a lot of pride and ego, and that is why some men find it very difficult to apologize when they do wrong or when they hurt their partners. If they end up apologizing, the reaction after that is always bizarre, and usually the couples have another way. They have to find another way to fix the issue all over again. If men could lower their pride and ego, and women could also lower their expectations, then we all will be fine. Coleman comes back to say, and this is coming from a man. Coleman, thank you so much. This is coming from a man, and he's saying that if we can lower our pride, like the guys, it's coming from a man. No, it's not me. Coleman is in Dubai. Please, people want to look for him, go and look for him in Dubai. It's not Vita that is talking. He's saying that if men can lower their pride and their ego, then everything will be fine. And if women too can lower their expectations, yes, women, what is wrong with you? I'm fine. Are you sure you're fine? I'm okay. You're okay? Yes, I'm okay. And then he goes, so because I said that I'm fine, does it mean that I'm fine? So if somebody said that I said that I'm fine, you not see in my face that something is not wrong. Be mommy. After that I've asked you, you say that you're fine. So what should we do now? You should use this thing, telescope. Open your mind, open your head, or is your brain, and see what's wrong inside. Oh, expectations, women and expectations. And Coleman is telling us this morning that it's difficult for men to apologize. It's coming all the way from Coleman. It's not me. Oh, please, I'm still repeating it again. It's coming all the way from him, not me. He's saying that if men can lower their pride and the way they handle the issue, the way they handle the problem of, let's say, communication after that, then all of us will be fine. Like, literally, we're going to have a very smooth relationship, or a very smooth marriage. And according to him, pride kills a relationship, and ego is top notch for men. Yes, coming all the way from him. And expectations for women, just look at what just happened, like what I just tried to demonstrate here. You wake up in the morning. Some days, probably something is not going on well, and you cannot communicate, ladies, expectations. What is wrong with you? I'm fine. I said I'm fine. Then the next day, you are quarreling him for not figuring out what was wrong with you. At least you should, they just send him to go and study what they calling it, psychology now. You should go and study psychology on your head, because he wants to know what's wrong with you, even without you telling him. You go and study psychology and come and be relationship consultant. Like, you don't communicate, and you're expecting that, okay, you should have seen that I'm not fine. You should have seen that things are not going on well. Seriously speaking, like, seriously. But anyways, that's where we find ourselves is, and what can we do. And I think we have another comment here. This is Liengu, good morning, and she says, good morning to you in the studio. To me, participation for both partners is the best in a relationship. When I talk of participation, I mean in terms of communication, in terms of apologizing, in terms of working hand in hand to solve all problems. When I talk of participation, in terms of saying I'm sorry when you are wrong and admitting your wrongs, and also trying all your best to fix the issues. Thank you so much, Liengu, all the way from Mimos. And Liengu is telling us this morning that participation for both partners is very, very important. Participation in terms of forgiveness, participation in terms of communication, participation, and according to Liengu, participation is the highest, like in both ways. Both of you should participate. One person should not wait for the other person to participate before he or she participates. Both of you should be in it together. Like when they say we are in this together, that's the meaning of a relationship. It should mean that way. When they say we are in this together, it means you people should be in it together, according to Liengu. Thank you so much, Liengu, all the way from Memos. And Liengu is saying that participation is saying you're sorry when you're wrong. Nothing will do you now. This thing is almost like biscuits. It's like you eating biscuit. You eat it five times. It's even sweet in your mouth. By the time somebody is angry about something, let's say your partner is offended, you say I'm sorry once, you say I'm sorry twice, and then you say I'm sorry again. What happens? You notice that the other partner automatically becomes weak. Like, you've already said I'm sorry, right? So it's like you repeating it instead of you trying to explain yourself. You already know you're wrong. Don't say I'm sorry, but it's just that you too. I am sorry. There are three ways to apologize. You state what you did wrong. You say how you are going to do to amend that. And you say sorry. Like, end it there. Don't come and say I'm sorry. It's just that you two the other day. I'm sorry. It's just that you decided not to. I'm sorry. It's just that you are explaining. It's just that I was stuck in traffic. It's just that that should not come inside your apology. You say I am sorry. You state what you did wrong, because saying I'm sorry is not good enough. You should know what you did wrong. Like, I'm sorry that I did not pick up your call. I'm sorry that I hung up on you. I'm sorry that I did not tell you what was wrong with me. I'm sorry that. State what you did. After stating it, you say how you're going to amend it. Next time I will pick up your call, or next time before I hang up I will tell you, or next time before I do this I will ask you, or next time. That's it. After doing that, you come now and say sorry. It ends there. Don't come and say I'm sorry that I did not pick up your call, but you too, somebody is in the market, the person should do her now. It's like you are not apologizing, you are simply justifying, and that sorry in the middle of that your explanation is like a decoration, almost like it doesn't have anything to do there at that point in time. It's a cliche, like you're just adding it there for no good reason. So you state why you're sorry, you state what you're going to do to amend it, and you say sorry. It ends there. Don't go and bring what he did in 1978 or what she did in 2001 and bring it to the sorry. It does not make sense. Okay, we continue. We still have another comment here, and this person says, good morning to you in the studio. This is Brian all the way from Bonduma, and Brian says excuse me, Brian says, I wish this particular issue could be could be re-echoed all the time. I think the best way couples can deal with relationship issues, especially conflicts, is by putting themselves in the place of the other person. If they can put themselves in the place of the other person, then they will realize that saying sorry or apologizing or stating what you did wrong and communicating is very, very important. Thank you so much, Brian. And Brian from Bonduma, Brian is telling us this morning that if you put yourself in the place of the other person, then it will be very easy for you to say sorry, or for you to communicate, or for you to solve issues. I think this is even the best way, putting yourself like in the shoe of the other person. Let's say you did something wrong, and you're finding it difficult, like you're angry and probably the conflict is going on and on. Just ask yourself, what if I was in the place of this other person? What if I was the one that did this? Like, let's say, what if I had to be in his shoe, like try to feel her pain? What if I had to feel her pain? Or what if I had to feel his pain? That's why in relationships or marriage, you ask these people that are getting married, like, is you're saying, hey, it's not my spec, are you your spec? But it's not even good for people to be their spec. Some people like us, if we be our spec, our relationship will not last. Because literally, if you are going to be with your spec, like, let's say they say you're saying that this person is not my spec, are you your spec? I can just imagine myself being with a spec like me. Way relationship, please. So at the end of the day, Brian is telling us that we should put ourselves in the shoes of the other person. And if we put ourselves in the shoes of the other person, it will be very, very easy for us to apologize when we do something wrong. Thank you so much, Brian, all the way from Bonduma. And this time around, I'm still waiting for your contribution, but this time around we are going to talk something different. Not just talk something different, but let's find out what's happening in the streets of Moliko as concern the market, who is selling what. And this time around, I think it goes in line with physical, keeping a healthy lifestyle. After this, we'll talk more on the topic of discussion. Don't go anywhere.
Mrs. Waneri Elizabeth. I'm a Nigerian. I'm here almost close to 20-something years. And for now, since I started the business, I'm in the business for about 15 years now. The business is helping me and my family. It is supportive for us, and my children and my husband are helping to make sure that the business is moving forward. I sell fruits like watermelon, pineapple, oranges, lemon, limes, carrots, beetroot, pawpaw, bananas, and the rest, etc. I open in the morning and close in the evening. Difficulties I'm facing is that when the fruit got bad, then it will, I will carry some losses. Yes, but when it moves forward, there will be no problem.
Welcome back, and yes, I'm sure you must have gotten, what's happening as far as the world of business is concerned. And yes, the little things that we don't know could fetch us money out, fetching money out there, and it's making you could see the lady there making a lot of money just from the sales of fruits, and she's been able to do a lot with the sales of fruits. And yes, talking about our topic of discussion this morning, we have a lot in store for you. And yes, we have been getting contributions, talking about pride, talking about communication, as the lowering pride, increasing our level of communication in our different environments and in our different relationships, be it marriage, be it courtship. Now, communication stands at the forefront, but putting like what Brian said, putting yourself in another person's shoes, it's just like you, even if not communication, but the spare of life, you hoping or you thinking, putting yourself like, what if this person did this to me, like how will I feel, like what if I'm the one who is in the person's shoes. So often at times, if you want to do something to somebody, if you're about hurting somebody, ask yourself the question, how will I feel if I was the one? Now, what if I was in this person's shoes? What if I had to go through this pain? What if I had to go through this same thing? How will it be? How will I feel? Like, what will happen? And if you put yourself in this person's shoes, then you're definitely going to get, you're definitely going to get that emotion. You're going to feel that pain, or you're going to feel that gap when the person hurts you. So always try as much as possible to put yourself in another person's shoes. They say, in the local parlance, they say, "Na mawe we shoe na ino sawe idi hoti." So put yourself in that person's shoes. Like, if I was wearing the shoes, what would it be? How will I feel about it? How will I cope, and how will I deal with it? And yes, we are still beaming live from the studios of High Television Malingo Buea. And like I said, drop a comment on our YouTube channel, and also do well to hit the notification bell, and do well to hit the subscribe button, so you get to know when we are on air, and you get to be part of us as well. And yes, we have been talking about what, if you just tune in, we have been talking about the best way couples can deal with conflicts in a relationship. communication is at the forefront, and so many other things are at the forefront. And this is where we're not going to wrap up the show just yet. Yes, we have been talking for some time, and as we all know, it's the weekend. And what happens with the weekend? Time for us to go find out what happens in the weekend, and probably enjoy ourselves a little. I mean, take out some time to relax. If you're not going to attend a wedding this weekend, take out time to take yourself out, relax, visit a family friend, visit that long time friend of yours, say hello to them, do something. And yes, we are about to wrapping up the show, but before we wrap up the show, we take on this musical break, and when we come back, we continue.
Je wonder sur le genre de relation qu'une fille ne sent pas. Famille zingini ni alero no ne minanga. Atori soit tornoi non toge woman actel within hezanga kia femme tene minanga ne terebisi. Je wonder sur le genre de relation que mec ne sent pas. Mingi zingani ni abono tera korasi. Azinga walu non toge ne borzo atel within morzamanda kia minanga tendo femme ne telanga tang mauruntu. Anater le style ni afena. Je sens pas la relation. Je la sens pas, vraiment je le sens pas. Un intérieur de style n'y a figé. Je ne sens pas la relation. D'un style n'y a fena. Je ne sens pas la relation. Tu seras même au bois alors. Je ne sens pas, je la sens pas. Je ne sens pas. Rentre dans le cœur des amoureux et tu verras que le check-up c'est pas le ketchup. Les sensations ou alors sentiments choisis. Les sensations et sentiments, oui. Les sentiments ou alors sensations choisies. Les sentiments et sensations aussi dignité. Les femmes n'aiment pas les hommes sérieux, les hommes n'aiment pas les femmes soumises. Les gens du genre à de cœur ne font pas sensation. Les femmes n'aiment pas les hommes sérieux, les hommes n'aiment pas les femmes soumises. Les gens du genre à de cœur ne font pas sensation. Un homme sérieux, respectueux, responsable, est disponible. Et quand c'est compliqué, là je sens Jacques Yokio Nana confirme, est très présent, attentionné, large, est très fidèle. Et quand c'est compliqué, là ma soeur me dépasse. Adingue monsieur Pali, Gatigue ou Chandela, Zangon, Kababer Badwal, Akoving, et Sebito ensemble. Monsieur mépris, il te trompe pas, les retourne. 5 francs, il ne donne pas, le respect, il ne donne pas. Mais ma soeur est calée. Mon frère me dépasse. Adigne le panthère, le vulgaire, le légère. Celle qui te trompe seulement dans ton entourage. Elle fume devant ton père, elle fume devant ta mère. Elle est toujours sous et ne contrôle pas sa bouche. Mais mon frère est calé. Le maximum de regretter mémoire. Une fille sérieuse, respectueuse, est très soumise, pas légère, est travailleuse, ambitieuse, relation compliquée. Oui, là je sens à Mimi Mbazoua, Marianne. Les sensations. Je ne sens pas. Je ne sens pas. Je ne sens pas. Izwa worzami yiding a look. Yiding I bwan. Yiding a look. Yiding wadang ding de yiding a look. Yiding I wano. Yiding a look. Trésor kasangoma yiding a look. Yiding I wano. Yiding a look. Mekele masilin wading de yiding a look. Yiding I wano. Yiding a look. Yiding wa worzembanga yiding a look. Yiding I bwan. Yiding a look. Yiding wadang ding de yiding a look.
For the culture.
Welcome back, and yes, we are about to wrapping up the show. But before we wrap up the show this morning, let's take on this last comment. This person says, "Good morning to you in the studio and to the LA Gbamu crew. This is Kai all the way from Oliko. Once more, I want to say." Wonderful. Once more, I don't know if he has commented before. Okay, first of all, sent a comment, says, "Good morning to you in the studio. Communication and being part of each other's dreams is one of the ways to avoid conflict. Sometimes we have conflict with our partner," and he comes back to say, um, being part of their dreams is a very important way to avoid conflicts, and equally men find it very difficult to let their power down, while women find it very easy to blame the other person. This is Sky. Thank you so much for contributing. And Sky is telling us this morning that women always find a way to, let blame the other person. And as for men, according to him, if they are able to, if we all, like the guy, the ladies, the men, the husband, the wife, if they are able to, be part of each other's dream, then it's another way to avoid conflict. Because sometimes we find ourselves in conflict because we are unable to be in each other's dream. Sometimes the conflict can just be you being, you agitating about the aspect of your partner not wanting to know what's happening in your life at a certain point in time. So probably he's looking out for his own interests, and maybe you, on the other hand, you have to go through a lot of things on your own. And probably he's just there thinking of what he could benefit, and not putting you on the track, or maybe asking you, like, how far have you gone with this thing, what were you able to do, and so far how were you able to overcome this certain situation. So there comes conflict, and the other person feels like, okay, I'm not part of his dreams, or probably I'm not part of his worries, or I'm not part of his daily activities. So the other person starts feeling down, the other person starts feeling sad. And when this is where expectations, the issue of expectations come in, because you're feeling like, okay, I was expecting that he should ask me how this project ended. I was expecting that he should ask me why I was doing it, like what was going on. I was expecting that she should have come to say I'm sorry. I was expecting an expectation and expectations. At the end of the day, we find ourselves in conflict. So Sky is telling us this morning that if we can all partake in each other's dreams, then we'll definitely find a way to avoid problems and to avoid conflicts. Because partaking in each other's dream, in a way, you are part of that person's life, so that person's worry will be your worry. Imagine, let's say your husband or your wife is going through a particular issue, maybe at the office, or maybe with their work, or maybe with the business, and you have little or no clue about what is going on. Probably both of you, yes, I understand that there are some homes that this person is business inclined, this one is work inclined, and both of you probably just meet in the evening and that's it. But after that, what happens? You get to share your worries. So how was your day? Okay, there was this client that I was supposed to get, but unfortunately he declined. It could be business, it could be work inclined, and at the end of the day, you feel like, okay, this person is not talking to me, and this person, why are you frowning? Like, the question is, have you even bothered to ask? Like, let's call a spade a spade. Have you bothered to find out what's happening to them? I'm talking about husband and wife. Have you, all you know to do is to come and put money on the table. That's money for feeding and money for school fees and money. Have you bothered to ask what's happening? Your The worst thing that can happen is you people are living in the same house, like your husband and wife and friend, and then some, like, you could be so annoying, then you come back home and you're like, so you were going through this thing and you didn't even tell me. The question is, when was the last time you even asked her or asked him how he or she is doing? Ask is everything again. Ask like 3 times, especially for women. Before tomorrow they come and tell you, so because I said I'm fine, you could not see in my face that everything is not okay. And the issue too of let's say one person always feeling like they are right. Everybody is writing their own story. Yeah, everybody is right. And tempers, because that time you're talking, you don't even know if you're right or you're wrong. It's later on, maybe you guys got to talk, and maybe after tempers must have calmed down, and then you realize that probably you were on the wrong side. And the thing is, it's your mouth that was even passing more than the other person's own. Like you are the one that was being so flippant, and you could not even allow things to get down, or you could not even say sorry to your partner. Why? Because you were probably thinking about yourself at that point in time, and you were so quick to judge that you forget, or you couldn't even see that you were on the wrong side. So Sky is telling us this morning that if we try as much as possible to be in each other's dreams, then we will have a peaceful environment, because being in each other's dream, you get to know what the other person is going through, and that person's pain becomes your pain. And if you know that that person is in pain, you find means to uplift the pain, or you find means to calm them down and to make them feel better, because that's one of the duties. It's not just about bearing children and feeding the house. That's not it. Yeah. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. It is Friday and it is the end of the week. Guess what? I hope you have plans, because it's good to have plans for the weekend. I hope you have plans for the weekend. And yes, it's Friday, which means that it's the weekend, and the weekend is filled with lots of activities. Some people will be going for weekend this weekend, and yes, this time around we are wrapping up the show together. I hope you had an amazing time with our Did You Know, with our different slots, and with our topic of discussion. I hope you got to find out